Aries, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for taking time to stop by. Thank you to all my subscribers. It means a lot to me that you've done that. But also if you could make comments in the comments section, that would be wonderful. Now we're going to do a slight different today. Always trying to mix it up. This area is going to be about work and things like that. Relationships and what else we need to know. So with work, if you're not working, then we're still working on ourselves and aspects like that. So what do Aries need to know today? What do Aries need to know? What do Aries need to know regarding work? What do Aries need to know regarding their work? Aries on the 9th of July. 9th of July. Okay, we'll use two cards just to get a better picture, and then relationships. What do Aries need to know regarding relationships? Relationships for Aries on the 9th of July. Alrighty. And then two cards for what else do we need to know? What else do Aries need to know on the 9th of July? 9th of July. It's always good to check your ascending sign as well, if you know that, or your moon sign is also good. We're also going to use a moonology card for each of that, just to get clarity on work. What do Aries need to know regarding work? Work for Aries. Work for Aries. Thank you. And then relationships. What? A lot of shuffling there. What do... Right, you can have that one. What do Aries need to know? Aries, what other aspects? Right, there you go. Right, okay, Aries. Well, very exciting. So, just put that there for a minute. So, we have the world. Wow. So, with the work, you've got the world. So, very similar to the general reading, really. But this is the Major Arcana card, and it's showing that Aries can finish a chapter of their work-related aspects and really embrace on something that means more to Aries today. So you've gone through the cycles of maybe entry-level jobs, working your way up perhaps. Or even if you haven't done that, there is an aspect here that putting down physical aspects of the job, of work, and really connecting to the passion of what you really want to do in work. So you may find that you've learnt a lot from experiences, and now's the time to go into the next step, which I'll put Mr. Moon down there. The next step will be wishing upon a star. So this is a wish. This is nurturing your wish. So yeah, some of you obviously might know what you're passionate about and what you'd like to nurture to be able to go forward. And some of you might not, because you've been maybe at your job for a long time, or your career, and suddenly you've had some inspiration. Oh, I'd like to go back to university, or I'd like to do some learning or holistic healing, things like that. So now's the time to really pay attention to your wish, nurture it within work life, and tap into something that can spark a newness to your life. For some of you, you may still want to be in your current employment or career, which is fine. the experience that you've learned through this, you can teach others. So you can teach them that perseverance and really paying attention to all details within their aspects is really good. So if you're at that stage that you've either retired, finished work, a really senior person, that knowledge and how you've coped with all those chapters in your work, and there must be many, then you can impart to the young and inexperienced. So regarding work, we have bring love into the situation. So like we were saying, it's starting that desire and inspiration to bring it into work. So having that understanding of your job, of your work, really having the passion to teach others. But when we love something, we give it the space and the time to actually develop more. Even if we're at our top of our game, we can't maintain that forever. So we're still learning, so we're still going down that mountain and up the other one. Do you agree? Right, so here we have the relationships, Aries. Let's have a look what's going on. The Five of Swords. So here you see the Five of Swords. This is in relationships. So with swords, these particular swords are pointing up, and the birds are flying up to the sun, which has got a bit of a cloud over. Most of you must be watching in England, maybe, with the clouds. So with this particular card, this is mental aspiration to a higher place, which isn't kind of paying attention to the bottom rung of the relationships. So if certain relationships are a little bit, you know, not tedious, but a little bit of sorting out. Sometimes we're clouded, our vision is clouded, or our thoughts are clouded, and sometimes our imagination steps into the way and we're starting to think a little bit negative. So now's the time to wait for the cloud to go over and see that wholeness of what is before us. So removing yourself away from pettiness in regard with our negative imagination might serve us better with relationships at the moment. And this can be a relationship with us. Are we imagining the very worst? So you have the strength. You have the strength within relationships. Now this card always reminds me, some of you may have a pet, and some of you may have tried to put a tablet down their throat. Very challenging indeed. So we need a lot of patience. So patience within strength. Sometimes we can get mad at ourselves, mad at the situation, all those sorts of aspects. But it's having the strength to persevere. So when you might find that all this talking, all this gossip, all this whatever, if you adopt today maybe patience, eternal patience, to have that inner strength that you want to persevere in certain circumstances. So let's have a look at what the moon says. A time for healing. So healing and relationships are very essential, obviously, but here this situation today may need a little bit of healing. So you may need that aspect of strength, that strength of character, a strength of understanding, and maybe walking away when the communication isn't completely there. Just walk away from it, come back to it. Does that make sense? Right, on another level, what else do Arians need to know today? So we have the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles. So this is a kind of stability in learning how to ground ourselves, and also sharing. beginning to develop more of what we already have, in the sense of giving and taking, giving and receiving, we should say. So this could mean many things. So do we need to give ourselves more patience and time to develop a relationship? Do we need to give more of our experience in our career and work, and really give credence, if that's a word, to our dreams and our wishes? This is important. Instead of keeping them closed off, our wishes and dreams, it's important to visualize them, or talk to your best friend about it, someone who supports you, but certainly not at the moment this person that's gonna, do you know what I mean? So what else do we need to know? The King of Cups. Whoa, the King of Cups. So there is a time to be very connected to our emotions, totally in charge of who we are. And this is why it's perhaps important to really pay attention. I'm going to put, you can go there. So it's very important to be in charge of and walking away from petty arguments, things like that. So being in charge with your emotions on a more sympathetic empathy. Maybe it's at work, maybe some of you are in charge of a certain situation, and you know, with this aspect, one needs to be completely in charge of their emotions going forward. So these aspects can also spill out if you're not working at the moment and you're at home. You maybe feel in charge of your family, and being very empathetic to those who aren't understanding the situation so much is probably good. So watch out for little arguments, petty things that don't mean a lot. So what else? Work through your fears. This is coming up a lot. This is coming up such a lot in readings. Work through your fears. So the fears about maybe not having work. So this is why it's got the dreams and wishes card here. Working through relationships, having the strength. So working through those fears, having a look at them and saying, is this real? This is why this is here. Being in charge of your emotions and really knowing who you are. What's in your heart today? And really going forward with that. So I hope that helps. I won't do a healing card today because we've done quite a bit here. Check out the general reading though if you like. There was a healing card in there. So lots of love to you, Arians. Have a good day. See you later. Lots of love. Hi Leos, how are you doing today? So what we're doing today, thank you for watching again. So we're going to do work, relationship, and what else do we need to know? 2 cards of these and a Moonology card. Okay, so what do Leos need to know today on the 9th of July? What do Leos need to know on the 9th of July? Okay, so for work we'll use 2 cards here. Relationships. What do Leos need to know regarding relationships on the 9th of July? Relationships. Whoops, that wanted to come out. I'll do that one. Relationships for Leos. Leo relationships. And what else do we need to know? What else do Leos need to know on the 9th of July? 9th of July for Leos. Okay, and then we're going to use a Moonology card for each section, if you don't mind. Oops. Right, work for Leos. Work for Leos. And relationships. Leos. Leo relationships. Leo relationships. And what else? What else needed to know for Leos? Leos. Okay. Well, very exciting. I hope you're well. I'm going to put the Moonology down there. So this is work. 8 of Cups. 8 of Cups. So for Leos, there is the shining light on the surface of what's going on. So it's coming in from the future. So you've also got the ships all ready to set sail into a new light of opportunity. So for those Leos who aren't employed or thinking of leaving their situation regarding work and career and starting what suits them on an emotional aspect, then your future is very open. So for you to connect to that aspect, it's quite revealing, really, simply because it's saying here today that having a look at moving forward on your passion, what you want. Sometimes this card will also focus on maybe you should walk away. Maybe someone at work is really causing you grief of the heart. So you don't necessarily have to move away from your job, but moving away from the attachment of the situation could help you significantly. So it could be for you, if that's resonating on that level, the door is open for you to walk away from that aspect into a more fulfilling role. So you can see here with the 6 of Cups, there are many opportunities regarding work. So perhaps for some of you, if you did move away from your current employment or what you used to work at, you can nourish this situation quite well. So tapping into an aspect here regarding work can really aspire. So it's a cycle. What cycle are you on? Are you on the rat wheel cycle? Not very nice, is it? Are you on the cycle of I can nourish myself whenever I want to, I value myself significantly, and now I used to have something quite significant, what I liked, but is it what I really want to do? And this is where the Moonology card comes in. Work through your fears. So maybe some of you don't think that there are any opportunities, but there are, because the door is open. The door is open to lots of possibilities. Maybe you just haven't thought of it. So we'll have a look at what's here to really help you with that if you are struggling in that area. But what it does say is work through your fears of what you do want. How you feel about work is very important today. So it's not about thoughts, it's not about progression on a physical level. This is all to do with feelings. What are your fears? So having a look at that. Maybe you think, if I leave my job, the finances won't come. Or if I leave my job, I'll never get another job. Nonsense. Absolute nonsense. I validate your thoughts, but it's like working through your fears to enable you to open your heart more to yourself. You deserve it. We deserve to be having our best opportunity. Do you agree? Right, so let's have a look at relationships, because that's always interesting. So you have the 10 of Cups. Wow, 10 of Cups. So this is a flood of emotions and love. You can tap into that. So if you can tap into this in your relationship area, you certainly can make your career and job work just as well. So the relationship with yourself is quite good. So working with your fears regarding your financial status and work needs to be on par with this. Do you agree with that? So you have the Princess of Swords. Turn away now if you're scared of breasts. So the Princess of Swords is here to say, have a new idea. Have the inclination and clarity to start really overflowing your love. Overflow that love. Really connect to security and an aspect where you can connect an abundance of family life, security and relationships. The Moonology card here, it's time to take action. So a lot of you, or some of you, may have really connected to having a fantastic relationship in your life, you know, on the romance level, and starting again, if you haven't got that. So some of us aren't always in a steady relationship. So starting again to conquer that way is really good, because here it says take action. So this is the beginning of a new cycle, but one has to put the thought into it and really feel it. If we feel that, if our relationship area is on par, then this work relationship will just flow, because we'll feel more happy about ourselves. Do you agree? Let's have a look what else we need to know. So, the King of Swords. Well, this backs up Mrs. Princess. This is taking the thought process and really running with it, but really knowing that he is the king of his kingdom. So for yourself, reminding yourself you're in charge of your thought process. And if you don't take action within relationships that need to be here today, then this king is going to fall. If he can't rule his kingdom, i.e. your relationships, your work, how we project ourselves in the work, how we spiritual grow and aspire, then his kingdom's going to fall. He's already going out today. He's not even wearing a mask, is he? He's going out today away from his kingdom, but he's going to conquer. He's known. He can lead his knights and his people to success. So he's going out today. So it's like he needs to also help the princess with their little relationships. So taking action with your thought process to move it forward, especially in your work aspect as well. So if you can be the king of going into your future, that will be awesome. What else have we got today? The Three of Swords. That's no good, is it? So the Three of Swords, that's no good, it's all good. So the Three of Swords is blocking the door. You can see the castle. This is a different one. He's confident with leaving his home. But this particular aspect, they've blocked the door. They can't get out and no one can get in. So if you're kind of thinking that, oh, I've had this abundance of love in the past, I'm not willing to do that again. This is saying don't block your heart, open your heart. Open the floodgates of tears perhaps and really let that go. You've probably got a letting go card here. Ah, luck is on your side. Luck is on your side. So Mr. King here, who's running around trying to find things, new ideas, new way of dealing with his life, and then suddenly you've locked the gates of your home, which is very sensible, by the way. Please don't leave your front door unlocked. then the luck to find these new ideas and inspirations is definitely here, especially within relationships. So Leo, it's looking quite good if you can allow your heart to open your front door to the possibilities of new romance coming in, new ways of dealing with existing relationships. Oh yeah, our home life's good. How can we improve it? What's new ideas that we can do? Can we go on holiday more? Can we just change the furniture or the inside? Things like that. But this security and love that's there is very good. It does need a little bit more concentration here on the job and career. Does that all make sense, Leos? I hope it does. Thank you so much for watching. Check out the general reading today, and we'll see you soon. Take care. Lots of love. I'll try and pause this video. Always a challenge. Honestly, it's a challenge. Hi Sagittarians, how are you today? So I'm going to do work, relationships, and what else we need to know, Sagittarians. Is that okay? 2 cards in each, and then a Moonology card, just to wrap it up. So what do Sagittarians need to know on the 9th of July? Work with Sagittarius. Work, Sagittarius. Work, Sagittarius. Okay, 2 cards for yourself. 1, 2 for relationships. Alrighty, and then last 2 for cheating. What else do we need to know, Sagittarius? Okay, and then the Moonology cards, which just really puts a lot of good clarity there, doesn't it, really? Work for Sagittarius, work, Sagittarius, work, and relationships, Sagittarius. Okay, and last, what else do we need to know, Sagittarius? What else do we need to know? Alright, thanks for your time as well. I do appreciate your time. Okay, so we have, wow, that's good, isn't it? The Fool. This is a great card to start new journeys, new aspects in our work and career, and how we work in ourselves and in our home life, anything that's practical. But what is clear today is pushing us to be better, to start a new cycle, whether it's a new attitude towards our work, our ability to work with others in a team, or even singular. So this is about trusting yourself and trusting that your universe and your higher self has got your back. You have enough knowledge to do a new aspect within your work. You can see this quite clearly, Sagittarius, with the Queen of Pentacles. She's really grounded, she's able to work on her own. So if you are working on your own, you can create more of. The ability to find knowledge is a better skill than knowing knowledge. And the Queen of Pentacles knows this. She's very good at creating. So whatever you're creating today will be a landslide in what is created from you at the end of your journey. Because a lot of you know the Fool is the start of your spiritual journey, of new chapters in life, And the Queen, she's got the ability. So today you have the ability to create more of. So I think the aspect for Sagittarius is to be very productive, owning who you are, being very gentle and precise and rooted. Let's see what the moon says then. Luck is on your side. Luck is on your side. So with the trust aspect and falling off the cliff, because you've got a trust jumping off that cliff, then luck is on your side. Now if you did happen to jump off the cliff, please don't jump off cliffs today. Theoretically, if you were, what would you land on? So with the luck, you could land on a magical world where it gives you every single opportunity your heart's desire. So when this is teamed up, what you create now is going to be very prosperous and very lucky. So please step forward and trust yourself regarding money, job, career, and create more of. Even if it's the possibility of just gardening, getting in touch with the earth factor and trusting that the earth is supporting you in everything that you're trying to achieve or willing to try to achieve. So in relationships, let's see what's going on. The Lovers. The Lovers. So I had to look at that card because he's just thinking up there. He's thinking, is that Cupid gonna shoot me or not? So, but also, if you look at this card, it can be a very good union of same-sex relationships. The choice between, do I want to be in a relationship? What sort of choice am I having today that is going to affect the rest of my life? Let's have a look at a hint and a tip. Two of Swords. So the decision about choice regarding relationships is in the thinking stage. Maybe you are crossing swords, crossing ideas that it's not suitable for you. Or maybe taking that direction or this direction is better. So it's always good to have a good think about things, but let's have a look at what the Moonology says, because conclusions are within reach. So the decision that you're trying to make today regarding relationships and the choice about whether to be in one, whether to leave it, it's nearly there. It's very close, Sagittarius, to actually know what is coming about. Let's see what else we need to know, because that might put a better spin on the situation. Maybe it does. The Death card. So what are you trying to release? What are we trying to let go of to make way for the newness? So the choice regarding relationships is going to be very important, isn't it? So death has to happen to make a new situation come about in a more healthier way. So choosing to stay with an unhealthy situation may be good, but it's probably not if it's not healthy. However, sometimes the decision to stay in a relationship has to be like that for now. But with the Death card allowing the universe to really help you, that could very well be there. We'll just have to have a look at that. Also, you have the Eight of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles. So this is a time really to reflect on what you have achieved. What have you achieved as an individual? So being grounded in change and adapting and transformation has to take place. You have achieved a lot. You can see that through being able to trust in yourself regarding work and creating. You've got that in abundance. So being able to trust that the transformation is going to take place and aspire to actually work harder in work, but equally in relationships. So we'll just see what this is. Show the world the real you. So for some of you, it might be about saying, I'm not putting up with this rubbish. I am worth it. So I am going to transform to let go of things in relationships that no longer serve me as well as they used to do. If I decide to make the decision and really go with love itself, that's a transformation as well. If you've been single and you suddenly go, I'd like a relationship now, that is the death of the single life and into a more unity of somebody else. So all these decisions, they're not negative decisions, are they? They're, especially when you've got luck on your side, this little bit of luck can spill in all areas. So showing the world the real you is about being honest with yourself first, otherwise you can't show the world the real you. So when this decision comes about a lot of things, then that is the real you. Be honest to yourself, real to yourself, and own it, if that makes sense. Lots of love to you, Sagittarians. Do check out the general reading if you like, and thank you so much for watching. Please comment. I'll see you later. Take care. Lots of love.